The colonial land grants issued by the British Crown would often grant colonial boundaries from the Atlantic to the Pacific, while peace treaties with rival Europeans and Indian tribes would force acceptance of lesser boundaries. Return to war would bring a return to such ambition. If anything, the patriots of the American Revolution were even more ambitious. Their colonies were now states, and they would be united to seize the entirety of America. It was then not understood, outside of the Spanish colonies, how Panama's Darien Gap effectively split America into two Americas. Our world has two American continents, North and South America. Thus, their country would be the United States of America. In the Revolution, the U.S. was allied to France and Spain. With France, America would settle its agenda afterwards by buying the Louisiana Purchase. With Spain, the matter was more complex. The Oregon Country was claimed by right of discovery by Russia entering from the northwest, by Britain acting through the Hudson Bay Company entering from the northeast, by the USA entering from the east, and Spain entering by the south. None of these powers cared for the rights of the Indians, but they had to clear away rivals for the privilege of conquering these Indians. Russia had trouble even holding Alaska, so it opted out quickly by setting even the southern border of Alaska far to the north. Spain tried to establish a colony in Canada to project power far to the north, but its colonists there were expelled. It could have tried again, but threats to more established colonies by American expansion forced upon it a need for reconciliation. In the Adams-Onis Treaty of 1819, Spain renounced its claims to Florida and Oregon in favor of the USA. The USA, in turn, not only recognized Spanish sovereignty over Mexico up to its northern frontier, but also a buffer zone hundreds of miles deep. Mexico soon thereafter became independent and swiftly made a treaty with the USA, setting the border where the USA had agreed upon with Spain. This left Britain and the USA to quarrel. The two powers split the Oregon Country, Britain taking the north and assigning it to the vast fur empire of the Hudson Bay Company, and the USA taking the south. This was done by a treaty that stood the test of time. By contrast, the USA's treaty with Mexico broke down. It did take land for its settlers, although even when it made a new treaty, it decided not to take land that was densely populated by people who were not considered white. Thus, the USA achieved its growth from the Atlantic to the Pacific, from sea to shining sea, but fell short of taking all the landmass of America.